It's every Eagles fan's favorite game of the year, the home game against the Dallas Cowboys. It's a great game today. The NFC East is on the line for the Philadelphia Eagles as they host their division rival. The Dallas Cowboys knocked out of the playoffs, playing for draft spots. The Philadelphia Eagles have the number 2 seed right now, but they are hoping, with some help from other teams throughout the league, to gain possession of that number 1 seed in the NFC. It's going to take a lot of help after the loss last week to the Washington Commanders, but it's still doable right now. But first, the Eagles have to win the NFC East, and that occurs with a win or a tie today against the Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Hurts not starting, so Kenny Pickett will be taking the helm. And hopefully over the course of this week, the Eagles were able to make a few adjustments to their offense to allow Pickett to thrive and allow him to lead this Eagles team to victory. Welcome to the Bird's Nest Media coverage of the Philadelphia Eagles playing the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Joe Donahue. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a Kelly Green game for the Philadelphia Eagles, so it's going to be a big one. The Philadelphia Eagles right now are undefeated since reintroducing the Kelly Greens last season in the Kelly Green uniforms. So, something to be mindful of there. But yeah, the Eagles right now just hoping to hang on, hoping to clinch the NFC East today. And it's a big game for them. Again, the Dallas Cowboys knocked out of the playoff contention. They have no shot. They're just playing for tee times, or they're playing for draft positioning at this point, although they're also playing for bragging rights, and Micah Parsons and other members of the Dallas Cowboys staff have said over the course of these last couple weeks that they are going to be competitive in Philadelphia. So we'll see how the Eagles plan to hold out on this. We'll see what the Eagles decide to dial up here, and we'll see how they were able to respond to the Dallas Cowboys. Last time that these two teams faced off against each other, the Dallas Cowboys were walloped by the Philadelphia Eagles. Going into this game, again, the Eagles are going to need to have a little bit of a rebound because the Eagles' defense in particular really fell off the wagon last week. The Eagles' defense really was not able to have any kind of an answer against the Washington Commanders. The offense did what it had to do, and especially given that Jalen Hurts went down, the offense was able to keep things going for the most part in the last week. And again, the offense scored 33 points, so you can't pin last week's loss on the offense. It was really the defense that allowed the Commanders to score 36 points that is more at fault. So we do want to see how the Eagles respond over the course of this particular week. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and if you celebrate Hanukkah, are having a very happy Hanukkah. And I hope that since this is the last time that we're going to see each other before the new year on a live stream, I hope that you have a very happy new year as well. 2025 will be a good one. So yeah, this is where, we're kind of just right now. We're about 9 minutes away from kickoff. So this is a 1 o'clock game. We're a few minutes away from kickoff, and certainly we are. There's definitely a lot of questions about how this Eagles team is going to bounce back from the loss last week. Just going through here. A couple of things to note, because these are important details here. So, a couple of important things to note when it comes to the Eagles and Cowboys game here. So the biggest, I would say, the biggest surprise, so to speak, is the fact that Nakobe Dean is out of this game. So here are the inactives, because those inactives are just something to be aware of here. So Jalen Hurts inactive, obviously due to injury. He is not going to play. Nakobe Dean is also inactive due to injury, as well as Will Shipley inactive due to injury. Additionally, Nick Gates, Darian Kinnard, and Trevor Keegan, they are healthy scratches. So Trevor Keegan is actually one game away from being inactive for the entire regular season, which is going to be rough. And then Ian Book is the emergency third quarterback for the Eagles this week. The Eagles brought him in, signed him to a practice squad deal. So it's going to be Kenny Pickett, then Tanner McKee. Then if those two both are knocked out for whatever reason, God forbid, Ian Book steps in as the emergency third quarterback. No real surprises on the Dallas Cowboys inactive list. Deuce Vaughn, Keemon Hall, TJ Bass, Matt Waletzko, Princeton Fant, Tyrus Wheat, and Justin Rogers all on the inactive list for the Cowboys. Big notable, Bryce Huff is actually active. He was questionable on the final injury report. So this is actually an expected development. Bryce Huff was activated from injured reserve on Saturday. So Hurts was ruled out Friday due to his concussion. So this is actually going to be Kenny Pickett's first start for the Eagles. And for the South Jersey native, lifelong Eagles fan, this is going to be an important game for him to start in. So certainly we are hopeful for positive developments in that regard too. Definitely, if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Also, feel free, as the game progresses, to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you over the course of this game. It's actually a relatively unseasonably warm 61 degrees here in the Philadelphia area. We'll get the kickoff temperature in just a few minutes, but it's 61 degrees here, so that should help with kickoffs. And one thing to note is that, so last week, Braden Mann struggled in the kickoff game. He did not have a really good game last week. So Jake Elliott was actually practicing some kickoffs earlier today during warm-ups. And he was sending them through the back of the end zone, which is expected kickoff behavior for Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott also, just something to be aware of too, Jake Elliott also was practicing field goals as well. He nailed one at 63. He was just a hair short at 65, according to the beat reporters who are on site at Lincoln Financial Field today. So that's always positive development for the Eagles. This game is being broadcast on Fox. Joe Davis, Greg Olson are on the call again for Fox after last week. Definitely some criticism of their calls last week. But it will be it's going to be a good game. I have a good feeling about this game, but it's going to be a good game. We're just about 4 minutes away from kickoff here. Again, thank you so much for joining us. The officials for today's game, it's referee Brad Allen, umpire Dwayne Haight, down judge Sarah Thomas, line judge Walter Flowers, field judge Rick Patterson, side judge Chad Hill, back judge Tyree Watson. The replay official is Kevin Brown. The replay assistant is Durwood Manley. So those are the ladies and gentlemen wearing the zebra stripes, making sure this game is being played fairly. So we will definitely be watching their performance over the course of this game as well. Hopefully we don't have anything to write home about in that regard. But yeah, it is a warm day. No jackets for the broadcasters in the broadcast booth. One interesting thing about the broadcast booth is that the broadcast booth windows must be wide open. This is in contrast to the press box, which must be sealed. Or the glass covering for the press box needs to be full and blocked off, although they do pump in some crowd noise. Unlike that, the broadcast booth has to be open and exposed to the elements. That's by NFL rules. So just something interesting that I noticed. But yeah, 61 degrees. It is cloudy, so it's not like a bright and sunny day here in the Philadelphia area. Let me know your thoughts about the game today in the comments. Again, I'd love to hear from you as we progress through this game. Again, just a few minutes away from kickoff. We've got about 2 minutes until 1 o'clock, and it is a 1 o'clock game today. And we'll keep you updated on the other games that are happening throughout the league. Some not so great games on Christmas Day, if we're being honest. Kansas City walloped Pittsburgh, who has now lost 3 in a row. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Houston Texans 31-2. Again, 2 very unwatchable games. And we had another unwatchable game to close out Thursday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks defeating the Chicago Bears by a grand total of 6-3 was the final score there. So that was rough. Then a couple of really good Saturday Showdown games that occurred on NFL Network over the past weekend. Not so much the first one. The LA Chargers defeated the New England Patriots 40-7. That was expected. The LA Chargers now have a spot in the playoffs this season. The Cincinnati Bengals keeping their playoff hopes alive after an incredible win. That fourth quarter and overtime of that game was on drugs between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Cincinnati, of course, pulling out an incredible overtime victory over the Denver Broncos. 30-24 was the final score there. And then the LA Rams defeated the Arizona Cardinals 13-9. So again, just those were the scores from the weekend. And then, yep, we're still in a commercial break, so we're not missing anything right now. But it is 1 o'clock here on the East Coast, so we will be cutting back in for kickoff in just a few minutes. Always one of the most anticipated matchups of the year, the 2 Dallas weeks, especially the home Dallas week in Philadelphia. The week in which the Eagles play the Dallas Cowboys at home is always a tight matchup, a highly anticipated matchup. So I'm glad you're along for the ride with us here. All right, kickoff temperature is 62 degrees, 74% humidity. Winds are coming out of the south at about 10 miles an hour. So it is a decently windy day. It looks like, from what I'm seeing here, the Eagles won the toss and deferred. So yeah, we are coming back now from the commercial break here. They're getting everything situated. Yep, Eagles won the toss and deferred, so the Eagles will be kicking this off to start this game here. Nick Sirianni hoping to add a win to his career win record. He is 3-4 against the Cowboys in his career as a head coach. Jake Elliott is kicking this off. And he kicks this away. And this game is underway. And that is going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Cowboys will start at their own 30-yard line. And on comes Cooper Rush. Dak Prescott not playing today. He is on the injured reserve. So here comes Cooper Rush with a back in the backfield. Rush takes a snap, hands it off, and that is going to pick up about a yard. That's Rico Dowdle up there. Gets about a yard, brought down by Josh Sweat. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Dallas Cowboys. So 2nd and 9. Rush is in the gun. Dowdle is to his right. Rush takes a high snap. He's back. He's looking. He's hit as he throws, and it's going to be caught wide open and out of bounds for a first down. Goes the Cowboys, and that is a big first down pickup for them. That is Brandon Cook on the reception. It's a 16-yard pickup. He was forced out of bounds by Darius Slay, who kind of blew some coverage there. But Rush was hit as he threw by Jalen Carter. So at least there was some pressure applied there. So it's 1st and 10, ball on the 47 of the Cowboys. I formation for the Cowboys, or kind of I formation. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to pick up a good chunk there, gets into Eagles territory, gets up to the 44, and that is going to bring up a 2nd and 1 situation for the Cowboys. So it is 2nd and 1. We've got about 13, 27, 26, 25, 24 left here in the first quarter. Rush under center. It is an I formation. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to get hit at the line, but does pick up the couple that he needs for the first down. So Cowboy is moving, gets down to the Eagles' 42-yard line. And we're at 13 minutes left in the first quarter here. It is 1st and 10 for them. So now Rush is lining everybody up. You have Kevontae Turpin deep in the backfield. Rush takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Turpin. Back looking, throws down the far side, and that is caught. It's going to be a couple yards shy of a first down, and that is Jalen Tolbert on the reception. He was pushed out by Cooper DeJean. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Cowboys. Eagles need to get some more pressure in the backfield here. Tolbert was also wide open, so they need to be playing their guys a little bit closer here. Rush is in the gun. We've got Dowdle to his right. Man in motion. Rush takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing deep. He's looking for number 3 and does not get it. Does not connect with Cooks. Quinyon Mitchell was there on the coverage. It is going to be 3rd and 3. That was going to set up a 1st and goal if that pass was caught. But could not come down with it. Good coverage there by Quinyon Mitchell. And it was off the hand there. Might have gotten away with a little bit of PI. Might have gotten away with just a touch of PI. But it is going to bring up 3rd and 3. So Rush is in the gun, back to his right. Rush takes a snap, back, looking, pressure's coming. Rush throws, picked off, and that's going to go to the 40, to the 45, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Eagles. CJ Gardner-Johnson with the pick 6. CJ Gardner-Johnson delivers on a turnover. It's a pick 6. And that is a way to start this game. Cowboys driving until Cooper Rush throws an interception, and CJ Gardner-Johnson returns it 70 yards. Jake Elliott on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 11 minutes and 43 seconds left in this first quarter of this game, the Philadelphia Eagles take the lead on a defensive score. It is 7-0 Philadelphia. That was a 70-yard interception. Actually, they're correcting it. It's a 69-yard interception. Nice. 69. Nice. CJ Gardner-Johnson there on that pick. And that is a way to start this game. That is a great way to start this game. Oh boy. That was a 7-play, 35-yard drive for the Cowboys. It took 3 minutes and 17 seconds off of the clock. And what do the Cowboys get to show for it? A pick 6. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yep, that's a good one. That's a good way to start this game. Oh boy. Alrighty. So it is 7-0. We're coming back from the commercial break. You guys weren't missing anything. That is the 5th interception of the year for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. It is the first pick 6 of his career, as the Eagles kicked this one away, and that's going to go bounce in the end zone for a touchback. So the Cowboys will get things back going on their own 30-yard line. They're showing the replay now. C.J. Gardner-Johnson just has a great read on this pass. He was looking for Brandon Cooks, and then CJ just undercuts the route. And it was also it was a little bit of an off-target throw. So, there's that. So, Cowboys back on their own 30, down 7-0. Rush under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to pick up about 3 on that. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Brought down by Oren Burks and Cooper DeJean. Just a reminder, Nakobe Dean is not in this game today due to an injury. And Jalen Carter is on the sidelines right now. Hopefully he's okay. He's got his helmet on. So, Rush under center, sends a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to get up to the first down, gets pretty much right up to about the 40-41 yard line. That was Turpin on the carry. That is a 6-yard pickup. They're actually going to say he was down a yard shy of the marker, so it is 3rd and 1, but it's really more like 3rd and inches here. Rush takes the snap, and he's going to QB sneak this and pick up about 2. So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys from their own 41-yard line. 10, 39, 38, 37, 36 left to go in this first quarter. So we have Rush now under center. Dowdle deep in the backfield. Send Cooks in motion. Rush takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's back. He's looking. He's throwing deep, and he overthrows Cooks. Overthrew him. Darius Slay was there on the coverage, but way overthrown. So that's going to stop the clock with about 10:09. Now Jalen Carter comes in. They're giving him a little bit of rest, I guess. So Rush in the gun, Dowdle to his left, man in motion. Rush takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's firing down the sideline, and that is going to be caught, and going out of bounds is Brooks, number 83, Jalen Brooks. That is going to be a 12-yard pickup, so that is going to be a first down. That was Quinyon Mitchell on the coverage, although Quinyon Mitchell was playing, wound up being a couple yards deep of Jalen Brooks there. And Brooks just goes right out of bounds. So, it is 1st and 10. I formation. Rush takes the snap, hands it off, and that's going to be a first down and a bunch more. Gets up to about the 30-yard line. That is Turpin there, getting into a little bit with Cooper DeJean at the end, and now the refs have to come in to break that up. They're going to mark him down at the 35 of the Eagles, so that is going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, it looks like that's what it was Cooper DeJean kind of got his hand on Turpin's helmet there a little bit. So, 1st and 10, Rush under center, takes a snap, does a quick dump off to Rico Dowdle, who is going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That goes nowhere. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And now the refs are breaking it up again, getting a little chippy there. 8.5 minutes left to go. in this first quarter. And we've got 2nd and 10, balls on the Eagles' 35-yard line. So the Cowboys able to get into Eagles territory on both of their first 2 drives. Rush is in the gun. They've got Dowdle to his right. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to get stopped pretty much at the line, does pick up about a yard there. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Cowboys. Ball is on the Eagles' 34. They're showing right now the rankings between 2023 and 2024. Last week, Vic Fangio has really turned the Eagles' defense around. We got Rush in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes the snap, back, looking, throwing down the far sideline, and that is going to be caught for a big first down, and that is Brandon Cooks. We do have our first flag of the day, so we're going to check on that. And that is going to be holding on Darius Slay. So that penalty is declined. And that is going to, again, that is a 22-yard pickup on that reception. So it is 1st and 10, ball on the Eagles' 12. Rush is under center. Dowdle deep in the backfield. Man in motion. Rush takes a snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to pick up a whole lot there. We're inside of 7 minutes left. It's going to be 2nd and 3 from the Eagles' 5. I do not like how easily the Cowboys are moving the football against this Eagles defense. I do not. The Cowboys have 100 total offensive yards so far. Now, obviously, they're down by a touchdown thanks to the interception. 6.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Rush under center, back in the backfield. Rush takes the snap. Pressure coming. Rush hands it off. He's going to get dropped for a loss there. That would be Ezekiel Elliott on there. He loses 4. So that's going to knock him back to the 9-yard line. It's 3rd and 7. Yeah, that play was over before it started. Mora Ajomo was there to deliver the initial hit. Jalix Hunt finished the game, finished that play off. 3rd and 7. Rush is in the gun. We have an empty backfield. Inside at 6 minutes. Rush takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's got some time. He throws, and that is incomplete. We do have a flag down, so we got to check on what this flag is, but that was like off of Nolan Smith Jr. And they're going to get they're going to get Nolan Smith for holding there. So or no, I think they got Oren Burks. I don't know. I'm not sure I like that holding call. But it is now 1st and goal from inside the 5. Rush in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes a snap, quick throw, and that is going to be caught. Caught for a touchdown. Jalen Tolbert on the reception, and the Cowboys are a point after attempt from tying the game up. And some stupid mistakes by the Eagles there on those penalties gave the Cowboys some new life here. And the Cowboys were effectively moving the ball down the field, which, again, I do not like that. On for the extra point is Brandon Aubrey. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. So that does tie this game with 5:38 left to go in the first quarter. We will see the Eagles offense for the first time today, right after the commercial break. So yeah, I think as I'm looking at this here, I don't like how effectively how the defense or the offense is moving down the field. That was a 12-play, 70-yard drive. Took 6 minutes and 5 seconds. As always, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, the Eagles defense needs to figure out something for this, because these first 2 drives, I mean, the Cowboys have been effective at moving the ball down the field. Cooper Rush, 5 for 8, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's so far through the first quarter here. Rico Dowdle already has 23 yards on 7 carries. Kevondre Turpin, 18 yards on 2 carries. Not great. Aubrey kicks this one, and that's going to get fielded, and that's going to get returned up to the 25, up to the 30, up to the 35, up to the 39-yard line. So some good starting field position for the Eagles, for Kenny Pickett and the Eagles offense. Kenny Pickett, again, hometown guy from South Jersey. Grew up an Eagles fan, grew up going to games at Lincoln Financial Field. Was drafted by the Steelers. And he is now backing up Jalen Hurts. And with Jalen Hurts still in concussion protocol, the Philadelphia Eagles are relying on him to get things going. And he will start in a pistol formation. Saquon Barkley behind him. Play clock winding down. We do have a flag here. We got to figure out what this is. They're going to get Landon Dickerson for a false start. So not where you want to start here. This was a lot of where the Eagles offense found its problems last week. Was they were starting in these like first and 10, they were finding themselves in 2-stick situations, and we can't have that here. So now we have first and 15. Pickett in the gun, back to his left. Pickett takes the snap, fakes to Barkley, way overthrows A.J. Brown. That was a telegraph. And that is going to bring up second and 15. So again, like this is the kind of where we have the problem here, right? Like, the Eagles are getting themselves into like those kinds of situations where it's early downs, they're playing from behind the sticks, and they can't be playing from behind the sticks. So here we go. 5:25 left in the first. Pistol formation. Pickett takes the snap. Fakes to Barkley. He's going to roll to his left. Back. Looking. He's going to throw that one away. and that's going to be 3rd and 15. He was looking for Devontae Smith. There was a hit on him, but that was within the 5 yards, so that's legit. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15. Bryce Huff apparently was shaken up on an earlier play. He's questionable to return. So there is an update there. It is 3rd and 15, and the Eagles' offense has to do something. Right? Because we saw how effectively the Cowboys' offense was able to march down the field. So the Eagles' offense has to rise to the occasion here. Pickett in the gun, back to his right. That would be Gainwell. Sends Gainwell in motion, takes a snap, throws a screen, and that's going to be a whole lot of nothing. That's going to be nothing. They're going to pick up 4 yards on that. I'm sorry, they're going to pick up 6 yards. It's going to be 4th and 10 from the 39. It's 5 yards. 4th and 10 from the 39-yard line. No bubble screens. Stupid screens. Those little check down passes behind the line of scrimmage don't work. They have not worked since we started doing them. Braden Mann on to punt this away. So the Eagles start off with a 3 and out. And it is a booming punt, fortunately. That's going to land inside the 10, and that's going to go out of bounds. So the Cowboys will at least have a long field to work with. And now there's some kerfuffling going on in the end zone that the officials are trying to break up. We got 4:29 left to play in the first quarter of this game, and the Eagles go 3 and out. The Cowboys have the ball at their own 9. So the Eagles started. Devontae Smith's in the medical tent. According to Olivia Reiner of the Inquirer. It also appears that Eric Kendricks got a piece of the face mask on 3rd down of Kenny Gainwell, so... Yeah, it looks like a wrist injury. He was from when he was shoved to the ground. Basically, is what's being reported by the Eagles reporters. Yeah, they're showing highlights now. It looks like a couple of missed penalties, just a couple of outright missed penalties, and now Devontae Smith's in the medical tent getting his wrist checked out. So, Rush is in the gun, backs to his right. Rush takes a snap, does a quick throw over to Turpin, and that is going to be incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Again, ball's on their own 9. Devontae Smith out of the medical tent, fortunately. He's just kind of like shaking his wrist off. It is his right wrist. 4:26 left in the first quarter here. Eagles need a big defensive stop on this drive. Rush in the gun, back to his right. That would be Dowdle. Rush takes a snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle gonna pick up a bunch there, but it's probably going to be about 3 or 4. They're going to credit him for 4, so credit him up to the 13-yard line. It is 3rd and 6. It's balls on the 13 of the Cowboys. We are approaching the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Again, big defensive stop needed by the Eagles defense right here. Rush in the gun. We've got Dowdle to his left. Rush takes a snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle has a lane, but is going to be tripped up by Josh Sweat, and that is going to bring up 4th and 2 for the Cowboys. So that's going to go on the 17-yard line. We'll see if the Cowboys... no, they're going to send the punting unit on here. So Devontae Smith getting his wrist taped up right now. We're inside of 3.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter here. Cooper DeJean back to return this. Brian Anger on to kick it away. Make sure he kicks it. Anger does give it the boot. DeJean's going to field this at about the 36. He's going to try to do a little bit of a return. And he got a couple initially, but he got bounced back a little bit. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 37. All right. Okay, so the Eagles defense does get a big 3-and-out here for the Cowboys. So now it's time for the Eagles offense to put a drive that nets positive yards together. .248 left in the first quarter in this game. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, yeah, so Devontae Smith is looking like he's heading back into the game, according to a friend of the show, Jeff Kerr. Yeah, so they're taping up Devontae Smith's wrist. Or at least that's what they were doing earlier. So he is coming back in the game. 2:48 left in the first quarter. We are back from the commercial break. Kenny Pickett lines up under center. We've got Saquon deep in the backfield. And a little bit of a bunch formation over on the far side. Eagles are going from north to south. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. He's going to pick up about 2 yards. But that is the first Saquon Barkley sighting of this game here. That's his first carry. They're actually going to credit him for 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 from the Eagles' 40. So Kenny Pickett initially lines everybody up. Now it's going to be a direct snap to Saquon. He's going to fake a handoff, and he's going to take it himself and gets up to about the 44. So it's going to be 3rd and short now. It's going to be about 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2, actually. They're crediting him up to the 45. So 3rd and 2 from the Eagles' 45-yard line. It was a direct snap. And now Pickett is going to line everybody up. He lines up under center. We've got Saquon deep in the backfield. And now we've got stoppage. Looks like somebody's using a timeout here. The Cowboys will spend their first charge timeout thinking about this. So they have 2 remaining. I mean, my general philosophy is that first half timeouts don't matter quite as much. But it's always good to force the Cowboys to spend something that they might value later on in the game. We have 1:44 left in this first quarter here. So we have Kenny Pickett now. We're back from the timeout. Lines up under center. Saquon deep in the backfield. Now man in motion. Takes a snap, hands it off to Saquon. Saquon is not going to get to the first down marker. Barely gets past the 45. Maybe gets up to the 46. It is going to be 4th and 1, but it is a long 4th and 1. So we'll probably see the punting unit come on. Yep, Kenny Pickett's coming off the field. So it is 4th and 1. Braden Mann on to punt this away. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Mann gives it the boot. And that's a booming punt that's going to take a Cowboys bounce because it goes through the back of the end zone. So the Cowboys will start on their own 20. And we have 56 seconds left in the first quarter here. So Eagles defense needs another big showing here. Yep, so 2 3 and outs for the Eagles. All right, it looks like Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is going to be coming into this game. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. will start this series alongside of Zach Bond. Oren Burks is on the sidelines. The Eagles' only scores right now are a pick 6. We're back from the commercial break. 56 seconds left in the first quarter. Rush under center. A couple backs in the backfield. Rush takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to do a little screen over to Rico Dowdle, who's going to pick up a bunch there. He escapes one tackle and is able to get up to almost the first down marker. He is going to be about a yard shy. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 28, so it is going to be 2nd and 2 for the Cowboys. Cooper DeJean was was the first tackle that Dowdle escaped from. Rush under center. Dowdle deep in the backfield. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to pick up about a yard on that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Brought down by Mora Ojomo and Jalix Hunt. And that will send us to quarter number 2. Eagles defense has the only score of this game for the Birds. The Eagles have a tie. It is 7-all. Bryce Huff did just run out of the tunnel, according to Elliott Shore Parks, so it is potential that he could be coming back into this game. Yeah, I don't like this this first quarter cannot be emblematic of how the Eagles will perform the rest of the game. It simply cannot. The Eagles have to get their act together. The first drive ending in a pick 6 was excellent. The second drive for the Cowboys was not. Eagles defense doing some stand-up performance on the subsequent drive, forcing a 3-and-out. And the Eagles defense has a chance to force a 3-and-out here now. But the Eagles have failed to score on either of their first 2 possessions in 8 of 16 games. All right, so we are back from the commercial break. It is 3rd and 1, start of the second quarter. Rush is going to line up in the gun. We've got Dowdle to his right. Rush takes a snap, hands it off to Dowdle. That's a first down. That's a first down. Picks up about 3 yards. They only needed 1. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cowboys' 32-yard line. Brought down by Jordan Davis. As well as Mora Ojomo there. It's going to get credit for half a tackle. 14, 36, 35, 34, 33 left in the first half here. Rush in the gun. Dowdle to his left. Man in motion. Rush takes a snap. He's back. He's going to throw a screen over to Dowdle. And he's going to force a bunch of Eagles players to trip over themselves. Does wind up picking up a couple. We do have a flag on the play, though. And it is going to be offensive holdings. So it is going to be 1st and 20 for the Cowboys. They got Jalen Tolbert on the offensive holding there. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now after the holding cost the Cowboys 10 yards. Yeah, Tolbert was like holding Cooper DeJean so hard it wasn't even funny. So clock is stopped with 14:20 left in the first half of this game. It is 1st and 20 for the Cowboys. Ball's on their own 22. The Eagles have to have a defensive stop on this drive after this. And we have we do have a stoppage. All right, everything's good now. They reset everything. 14-10, Rush in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes a snap, back, looking, throwing, and that is going to be caught. That makes up for all the penalty yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. That was a 12-yard pickup. Headed over to Mingo was on the reception. That would be Jonathan Mingo. Coverage was by Quinyon Mitchell. So 2nd and 8. So we now have Rush in the gun. It looks like Zeke Elliott is there to his left. Rush takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's going to throw. That is going to be caught. And that's going to be just shy of a first down as Brandon Cooks. 3rd and 1, gets up to the 41-yard line. Brought down by Darius Slay. So now we have Rush under center. We have a back in the backfield. That would be Zeke Elliott. And now we have another stoppage here. Cowboys will spend their 2nd timeout of the half. So the Cowboys are down to 1 timeout this half. And the clock stops at 13:01. So 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys. Eagles have an opportunity for a big defensive stop here. Rush is in the gun. We've got Zeke Elliott to his left. Rush takes the snap. Back, looking, throwing deep. Has a man, and that is going to be incomplete. Incomplete. That was Mingo was the target. He was double covered by the time the ball got there, but it was just out of his reach. It was overthrown. Quinyon Mitchell initially was on the coverage. C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes in there to try to help out, but it was overthrown. It was way overthrown. And that is going to bring up 4th and 1, and that will send the punting unit on. So Brian Anger is on to punt this away. Cooper DeJean is returning. And the punt is away. And DeJean is going to fair catch that at the 19-yard line. So that is where the Eagles will pick up. So Eagles defense comes up with a big third down stop on a 6-play, 21-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And now the Eagles offense simply has to do something. Eagles offense has to get something going, because the Eagles defense cannot be the only unit on the field that is productive. Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell, I will say, also needs to act here. Quinyon Mitchell has been the chief target, the chief defensive target recently in this game. All right, Devontae Smith in the game. According to Brooks Cabana of The Athletic, he was catching passes in the field during the break. He is in the game. So, 12:49 left in the half. The Eagles offense has run 5 plays for 12 yards. Time for the offense to do something. Kenny Pickett in the gun, back to his right. Devontae Smith in motion to the near side. Pickett takes the snap, back, looking, throwing, caught by Devontae Smith, and he's going to get brought down pretty much immediately, but that is going to bring up 2nd and 5, so positive yardage on a first down play. You do like to see that. 2nd and 5. Pickett in the gun. Barkley to his left. 12:25 left in the half. And now Pickett's going to make a couple of changes here. Barkley resets to Pickett's right. Pickett takes the snap. Back. Looking. Pressure's coming. Pickett is hit as he throws, and that's going to be recovered by Saquon Barkley. We do have a flag down, so we're going to check on this flag. That's going to be a big loss, though, depending on how this pans out. The officials are sorting out whatever this flag is. Okay, so it's going to be illegal contact against the Cowboys. It's Booth. So what happened was, illegal contact was made beyond 5 yards down the field. So the officials did pick up on that. So that will spare the loss of yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 now from the 29-yard line. So it does hit. It is a 5-yard penalty and a first down for the Eagles. So Eagles offense spared the error. Negates the fumble. 12:05, and the clock resumes. So we're at about 12 minutes left in the first half. So now we have Pickett under center, Barkley deep in the backfield. Pickett making a couple changes. Play clock's winding down. He's got to get this off. Snap is away. Pickett back, looking, has some time, throws, caught Saquon Barkley across the middle. That is going to bring up second down and short. It's going to be caught around the 36-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. So 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. Pickett's going to line up in the gun. It's a pistol formation. Pickett making a couple of changes now. Play clock is at 10. Still pistol formation. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to cut up to the outside and picks up a couple there. They're only going to credit him for 1, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the Eagles' 37. Eagles have to get to the 39-yard line. Pickett in the gun, back to his left. That will be Barkley. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley gets a good chunk there, does pick up the first down, gets up to about the 44-yard line. So that is a 7-yard pickup. Brought down by Hooker, but it does hand the Eagles a first down. It does prevent this from being a 3-and-out, even though it couldn't have been a 3-and-out anyway due to the penalty. It is the Eagles' first earned first down of this game. Pistol formation now for Pickett. Barkley behind him. Man in motion. Pickett takes a snap. Back. Looking. Throwing. It's a screen to Barkley, but that's well behind the line of scrimmage, and they are going to lose yards on this. Like, that was bad. I'm done with screens. We can take the pages of the playbook that have screens and just chuck them. Like, throw them out. I'm done with them. Because now it's 2nd and 16, so the Eagles are back in a 2nd down and 2 sticks situation. 9.5 left to go in the first half here. Eagles offense has yet to see the Cowboys' territory. Pickett's in the gun, Barkley to his left. Play clock's winding down. Devontae Smith in motion. Pickett takes the snap. Back. Looking. Throwing. Has A.J. Brown. And that is going to result in positive yardage there. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Depending on where they... they will credit him up to the Eagles' 46-yard line. So it's 3rd and 8. That was a 9-yard reception. And we're inside of 9 minutes left. That was A.J. Brown. Pickett in the gun, back to his left. Pickett takes the snap, back, looking. He's going to roll out to his right. Pickett is going to send a bomb over to Grant Calcaterra, who catches that one. That was a big catch for Eagles tight end Grant Calcaterra. And that is going to put the Eagles into Dallas territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cowboys' 20-yard line. That was a 30-yard pickup and a beautiful catch by Grant Calcaterra. I was right there. It was a one-handed grab. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley, and that's going to be a couple of yards there. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. But that was a beautiful grab. Beautiful grab. It was a one-handed grab there. So we have 2nd and 7 here. So now we have Pickett in the gun. Barkley to his right. Calcaterra in motion to the far side. Pickett takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Throws caught by Saquon Barkley, who stays on his feet and is able to turn that into a couple-yard pickup there. Stumbled in the backfield. Now, they're going to say he was down back at the 21-yard line, so that's a loss of 4. Replay assist is going to say he was down. That's down by contact. Wait, hang on. No, the forearm's still down. Yeah, he's down by contact there, unfortunately. So it is 3rd and 11 now after that. Would have been a great pickup by... they missed some offsides, though. They missed an offsides. So Pickett in the gun, back to his right. Pickett takes a snap, back, looking, throwing deep. Has Devontae Smith for the touchdown. Eagles. And the Eagles take the lead again. Saquon Barkley with the grab in the end zone. It was a bomb. It was a 22-yard touchdown reception, 1-2 feet, and he has the control. And that is a touchdown for the Eagles. The Eagles back on top in this game. Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point here. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good right down the middle. With 6 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in the first half of this game, the Philadelphia Eagles take the lead again. It is the Eagles 14, the Cowboys 7. That was a beautiful drive there, too. 10 plays, 81 yards, took 6 minutes and 11 seconds of time off of the clock. All right. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this is a sign of good things to come for the Eagles offense here. Because the Eagles offense is in need of being able to keep this clicking here. While we're in the commercial break, I'm going to give you the update for scores around the league. So we have Buffalo on top of the New York Jets, 7-0. Jacksonville on top of the Tennessee Titans, 13-0. All these games are in the second quarter. New Orleans on top of the Las Vegas Raiders, 7-6. The New York Giants are on top of the Indianapolis Colts, 14-6. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on top of the Carolina Panthers, 20-7. Again, for the Philadelphia Eagles, this is a win and clinch the NFC East game. The Eagles need some extra help from some other teams if they would like to try to grab the number 1 seed. Particularly, they need losses by Minnesota and Detroit this weekend. Both of those games are played later on today. So that's what they would need this week. We are back from the commercial break. Jake Elliott is going to shoot this one out of the into the end zone, where Turpin is going to field that for a touchback. So the Cowboys will start at their own 30. 6:38 left in the game. 1 timeout for the Cowboys. Eagles still have all 3. One other note, the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. So just something to be mindful of there. So now we have Rush under center. It's an I formation. Rush takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Back, looking, has some time, throws. That's going to be caught. That is going to be a fumble. And that is going to be who recovers that. I think the Eagles might have it. The officials are sorting the pile out here. The Eagles initially fell on it. We're going to see whether or not the who has the ball. Reed Blankenship is signaling Eagles ball. The officials have not said anything. The officials are still trying to sort this pile out. Eagles football. Eagles football. Eagles football. That is recovered by Jordan Davis. Ferguson with the fumble. Fumble forced by Oren Burks. Yup, Jordan Davis is on that one. They're showing replays, but the officials have confirmed. It was a fumble by Jake Ferguson, the tight end, and the Eagles take over at the Cowboys' 39-yard line. 6:27 left in the game, or in the first half of this game. So now the Eagles, just for stat reasons, they are just for the stat here. They are +2 in the turnover department. So the Eagles have taken the ball away twice. That is the second turnover. The first one resulted in the pick six on the Cowboys' first drive of the game. This is now, we'll see what the Eagles offense decides to do here. They're going to put 3 seconds back on the clock. So it's going to be 6:30 left in the first half of this game. So 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Pickett under center. Barkley deep in the backfield. Pickett sends a man in motion, takes the snap. Quick dump off to Barkley. Barkley's going to roll out to the near side, and he is going to get a good chunk there. They're going to say he picked up 6 there, so it is going to be 2nd and 4 from the Cowboys' 33-yard line. Barkley was brought down by Kendricks on that play. So 2nd and 4. Six minutes left in the half. Pickett, under center, takes a snap, dumps it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to roll out to the outside, and they're going to lose about a yard on this. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Cowboys' 34. 5:40 left in this first half of this game. Saquon Barkley has 1,856 rushing yards this season. That is the most in his first season, or in any all-time in the first season with a new team. So now we have Pickett in the gun. We have Barkley to his right. Pickett takes a snap. He's back. Hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up almost what he needs to get the first down. It's going to be a couple inches shy of the first down marker, so it's going to bring up 4th and 1 officially. We'll see if the Eagles should, if I were Nick Sirianni here, I would be calling the brotherly shove on this, and that is exactly what they're going to be calling. Pickett takes a snap, and he's going to be shoved across the line for a first down. So big first down for the Eagles, keeps the drive alive, gets up to the 28-yard line, so that was like a 2 or 3 yard pickup there. Stat-wise, they're crediting him up to the 28, so. Yeah, they needed to get to the 29-yard line, so it is a 2-yard pickup, but that was a big 2-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now. Pickett's in the gun. Barkley's to his left. Devontae Smith goes in motion to the far side. A.J. Brown to the near side. Pickett takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws, and that is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Grant Calcaterra. Could not find him. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped. 4 minutes and 13 seconds left to play in the first half of this game. Eagles do get the ball to start the second half. So now we have Pickett in the gun, Barkley to his right. A.J. Brown is wide out to the near side. Pickett takes a snap. Back, looking, throws, caught A.J. Brown. It's going to be a couple yards shy of the first down marker. He was brought down by Bland on that play. It is going to be 3rd and 3 for the Eagles from the Cowboys' 21-yard line. We're inside of 4 minutes left in the first half of this game. Pickett lines up in the gun. Barkley to his left. Three receivers to the far side. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get right up to where the yellow line is. We'll see where they spot this. This is going to be a critical spot here for the Eagles. They're going to say he's a couple inches shy, so we'll probably see a brotherly shove again here. Pickett takes a snap. He's going to get shoved right up to the yellow line, and we have a flag. I think he got the first down anyway. We got to check on what this flag was. They get Micah Parsons for offsides. So that's going to hand the Eagles a first down anyway. Yeah, they dinged Micah Parsons there. That's a good call. Good call. Yeah, Micah Parsons' hand was well into the neutral zone. So, we're at 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Eagles do have all 3 timeouts. Eagles will also get the ball to start the second half. So Pickett in the gun, split backs. A.J. Brown wide out to the near side. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get a yard. They were trying to rip the ball out of them, which is something that could be prone. 2.5 minutes left here. We'll probably see one more play before the 2-minute warning. It is 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Ball's on the 13. Pickett in the gun. Barkley to his left. Pickett takes a snap. Back. Looking. Throws. Off of Booth, who was the Cowboys defender that was covering the Eagles receiver, and incomplete. He was looking for Jenkins there. He was looking for E.J. Jenkins, and it was really just kind of off. It was tipped by Booth and incomplete. So, 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And now we have Mekhi Becton that was injured during the play, so he is hobbling off to the sidelines under his own power, which is good at least. So now it is 3rd and 9. And this is a big 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Ball's on the Cowboys' 13-yard line. So it is possible to score without... They need to get up to the 4-yard line for a first down. That's all you got to be thinking about here. Pickett's in the gun. We have a nearly empty backfield. Now he moves Calcaterra to his right. And now we have the Eagles taking their first charge timeout of the half. That play clock was winding down pretty quickly there. So, 3rd and 9 for the Eagles, with their first timeout being spent here. This is the longest last play before the 2-minute warning. If you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. Big rivalry game. This rivalry goes back about 60 years, thereabouts. 50, 60 years. So now we have Kenny Pickett in the gun. Kenny Gainwell to his right. Pickett takes a snap. Back. Looking. Has some time. Throws tipped at the line. Incomplete. And that will send us to the 2-minute warning. So with 1:58 left in the first half, it is 4th and 9. The Eagles will probably send the field goal unit on. And again, the Eagles get the ball to start the second half. So that's where things stand right now. But the Eagles are still on top, 14-7. Yeah, so we're just hanging out right now. Yeah, this drive appears to be poised to, this drive is poised to stall out here. So we'll probably see the field goal unit come on with a 4th and 9 at the Cowboys 13. We'll probably see the field goal unit. All right, yep, we do have the field goal unit on. We're back from the 2-minute warning. Jake Elliott is on to try what should be a chip shot. His longest this season was 50. It's a 31-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 1:55 left to play in the first half of this game, the Eagles extend their lead. It is now a 2-score game. It is the Eagles 17, the Cowboys 7. All right, quick check of scores around the league here. You know what? We'll put a pin in that because Elliott's on to kick this away. This was set up by a Jordan Davis fumble recovery. So yeah, it was a. Unfortunately, the Eagles couldn't get a touchdown out of that. Would have been nice if they could. But the Eagles will have a chance to start the second half, so they'll have a chance to add to that lead. 1:55 left in the second quarter. Elliott goes to kick it away, and then the wind knocks it off the tee, so we're going to try that again. They have one more shot to do that before the Eagles will use a... if the wind knocks it off the tee again, the Eagles will be able to use one of those place-kicking holders. They won't use an actual player, unlike previously. That's one of the facets of the kickoff rules here. But that will not be needed, as Elliott's going to send a booming kick into the end zone, and that is going to be brought out. It's going to be brought to the 20, up to the 25, and up to the 26-yard line goes Turpin, and that is where the Cowboys will take over. And now we have another scuffle on the field. The refs are breaking it up. Again, a big rivalry game. Long-time division rivals. Cowboys are the defending NFC East champions, and they will not be making the playoffs this year. They've got January tee times booked. So it is 1st and 10, 1:47 left in the second quarter. Rush in the gun, takes the snap, back, looking, and that's going to be tipped at the line, almost picked back off by Nolan Smith, incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. It was tipped by Jalen Carter, so yeah, he was looking for Ferguson there, and it was almost tipped right back into the hands of Nolan Smith. So it is 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. We have Rush in the gun. We've got Dowdle to his left. Rush takes the snap, back, looking, throwing, and that is going to be caught by Ferguson right around the 30. It's going to be a pickup of 4, brought down by Zach Bond. They're going to credit him up to the 31, so it's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, Rush in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes the snap, back, looking, throwing. That is caught. It is a first down. Quinyon Mitchell brings Brandon Cooks to the ground, but they're doing a little bit of hurry up here. We've got 70 seconds left in the second quarter. 7-0. Now we're approaching, now we've got about 63. Rush takes a snap, back, hit in the pocket, and that is incomplete. Does stop the clock. 57 seconds left in the second quarter. He was looking for Jalen Tolbert there. Could not connect. So that stops the clock. 57 seconds left in the first half. Again, Eagles get the ball to start the second half. So that gives everybody a little bit of a breather. Rush is in the gun. Dowdle to his right, man in motion. Rush takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. Rush is going to throw. It's behind the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be positive yardage. And forced out of bounds is Rico Dowdle. Gets up to the Cowboys' 42-yard line, forced out by Cooper DeJean. Brings up 3rd and 6. 50 seconds left in the first half of this game. Cowboys do have one timeout should they need to use it. Cooper Rush is in the gun. Dowdle to his left. Man in motion. Rush takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. He's got some time. He's throwing deep. He has been intercepted. It's C.J. Gardner-Johnson again, and he's going to turn around, gets up to the 25, up to the 30, before he's brought down at the 35-yard line. And that was triple coverage there. I don't even know who he was looking for. That ball was nowhere close to being received by a Cowboys player. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell both had the opportunity to pick that one off. C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Quinyon Mitchell both had the chance to do that. He was looking for Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks was covered by 3 Eagles players. Ultimately, there were 3 Eagles players in the area, and that was a way overthrow by Cooper Rush. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes down with his second pick of the afternoon. The first one, of course, resulted in the pick 6. This one did not get quite as far. It was a 27-yard return. Rush was picked off at the 8. So that does deny the Cowboys the opportunity to score. obviously, before halftime. It will be 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 35 when we come back. And I should probably reset. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do here. It's 36 seconds. They have 2 timeouts, so they could try a couple of shots to get set up for a field goal. What would be a long field goal. I mean, they could go for a touchdown, too. We'll see. Quinyon Mitchell still looking for his first interception of his career. That was snatched out of his hands by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. "36 seconds left. All right, so now we have Kenny Pickett in the gun. We've got Saquon Barkley initially lining up on the line. Now he's going to move back to Pickett's left. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to roll up, gets the first down, gets up to midfield, and that is where the Eagles will take a timeout here. No, I'm sorry. They're going to... No, yeah, the Eagles will take their second charge timeout with 29 seconds left here. Ball's at midfield. That was a 15-yard run by Saquon. Mekhi Becton is back in the game, sidebar. 15-yard run by Saquon, gets up to midfield. It's a big first down for the Eagles right now. And the Eagles do have one more timeout. Pickett in the gun, split backs. Pickett takes a snap. Back looking, throwing deep, has Devontae Smith caught. Touchdown, Devontae Smith tripped up, but he reaches across the line. The Eagles, you know they have something to play for this week. Eagles looking to clinch the NFC East. And they do, and they're putting now a 2-touchdown. Really, it's a 3-score lead now for this. The play is under review. The call on the field was a touchdown. The question is whether or not that left knee. So the left knee is down. The question is, where is the ball at the left knee spot? Because the left knee is what hits the ground first. If the ball is broken the plane, yeah, they're going to... It looks like they're going to walk this one back. Still an incredible throw and catch. An incredible throw, an incredible catch, and an almost reception there. But it was a 49-yard reception after the officials did the replay review. So now we have 21 seconds, or 23 seconds. They put a couple of seconds back on the clock here. And they'll probably revert to a running clock. Or this reverts to a running clock, so they might do a 10-second runoff. Yeah, they're going to do a 10-second runoff. 13 seconds left. And the clock's going to run on the whistle. So the Eagles are lining up for a brotherly shove here. Pickett takes a snap, and he's going to get shoved across for a touchdown. There it is now. That one's for real. No, did they say he was short? I think the Eagles are taking their... It's under review. We've got a review going on here right now. They're saying that he was down by contact, and the replay official reviewed it, and they upheld it. So that's the status. So the Eagles are taking their final charge time out of the half because they want to try to get a touchdown in. It's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 1 yard. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2 seconds left here, so this will be the last play of the half. This is alright. This is 3rd time's the charm here, guys. The Eagles are playing against the replay official here too. But now they got it. There's no chance that the replay will say that he was down by contact before the end zone there. It is a touchdown now for Kenny Pickett. 3rd time's the charm. So 49-yard, what was narrowly a touchdown, was correctly called back due to a replay official review. Then the replay official had to look at it. Then the officials called Kenny Pickett down by contact a 2nd time. It was a whole mess. So we're now at 23-7, pending the. And now there's another stoppage here. Kenny Pickett's running off to the locker room. Then, as a part of this, he was coming back for the stoppage. So now it looks like he's going to run off to the locker room. Nick Sirianni's waving him off. Too many men on the field was what they called. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Eagles are just going to take the point after. Snap, hold, kick is up by Jake Elliott, and it is good. All right, we're at halftime now. It is 24-7 in favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. We are halfway through the game. The Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. And it was a tale of 2 quarters in this first half, because the first quarter was not great. So the Eagles turn the second pick of the day, their third turnover of the day, or third takeaway of the day, into a touchdown after fighting the Cowboys and the replay official. It is 24-7 at the half. All right, let's talk about some of these stats here, because this was in fact a time. All right. Again, 24-7 at the half, and we're doing we'll do a quick around the league right now here while we're waiting on that. So, also at the half right now are most games that are currently going on in the 1 o'clock block. 24-7 or 27-14, Tampa Bay, Carolina. 12-0, Buffalo over the New York Jets. Jacksonville 13 to Tennessee's 3. That game is in the third quarter. Las Vegas is on top of the New Orleans Saints 13-10. The New York Giants are winning over the Indianapolis Colts 21-13. That game could be disastrous for the Giants if they win this one. Just it could mess with their draft positioning. Okay, now let's talk about this Eagles game. Because the Eagles, again, it was a tale of two halves for this team. First off, let's take a look at these team stats here, and I just want to point out that the fumbles and the interceptions are right now what are the difference in this game. The fumbles and the interception statistics, so the takeaways by the Eagles defense right now are what are making the difference, because the Eagles defense has really shown out. So, as I alluded to, first quarter, not great for the Eagles. The Eagles' only first quarter points came off of the pick 6 that C.J. Gardner-Johnson had on the Cowboys' first drive of the game. That was the Eagles' only first quarter points. And it was tied 7-0. So it wasn't a great look for the Eagles. It really just was not awesome of a setup. But the Eagles the Eagles were able to turn it around wildly in the second half here. Once they got the ball moving, they got the ball moving here. That time of that does show, that poor first quarter showing by the Eagles offense does show in the time of possession statistics. The Cowboys currently winning that right now by about a minute, a little bit over a minute of time of possession. But yeah, realistically speaking, just not a whole lot going on in that regard. Eagles able to narrow the gap in terms of first downs, in terms of total net offensive yards. The Eagles are actually ahead in that department right now, 176 to 161. Again, big difference there being the takeaways that the Eagles defense has gotten over the course of this game. The Eagles still have that reflected in their third down statistics. The Eagles started the game offensively with 2 3-and-outs, which just was not great. Rushing yards, not looking so. Net rushing yards. This is net rushing yards, so I'm not looking so great there in that regard. Saquon is trying to break the single season record for total offensive yards. He has total offensive rushing yards. He has 40 rushing yards through the first half on 13 carries. So it might not be broken this week. But certainly the most important thing right now for the Eagles is clinching the NFC East, which would ensure a playoff game for them. That is certainly the most important thing, and they are well on their way to doing that 30 minutes of the way through this game. Kenny Pickett, he's doing fine. 9 for 14, so definitely a little bit better of a completion percentage. 64.3 completion percentage. That's about 2/3. He's doing fine. He's doing what you would expect a backup quarterback to do. 133 yards through the air, 1 touchdown through the air. His longest was the 49-yard pass to Devontae Smith. That almost was a touchdown if it was almost was a touchdown if it was not called back by the replay official. Top target right now for Kenny Pickett is Devontae Smith, four targets, 3 catches, 76 yards, and that Devontae Smith does have a touchdown of his own. Kenny Pickett in the run game, by the way, 3 carries, 3 yards. It's all been brotherly shoves. That's been the thing here. Offensively, and then again, the Eagles' defense has been just phenomenal. Early concerns about the Cowboys' offense running all over them seem to be quelled right now. I've got my finger on the pulse of that, so if that starts to be a concern later on in the game, that's going to be something that I'm gonna be paying close attention to through the rest of this game here. But for right now, the Cowboys only having that first quarter touchdown to their name at this point is a real testament to the Eagles' defense. Cooper Rush is 11 for 19 in the passing game, 57.9% completion rating. He has 102 passing yards. Has not been sacked. That is one thing I would like to see the Eagles get a little bit more. He's gotten a few QB hits, but no sacks so far this game. 1 passing touchdown. He has thrown 2 picks, both of them to C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson is actually one of his leading receivers right now. So it is not great. Not a good look for the Dallas Cowboys right now in that passing game. The big threat for the Eagles right now has been Rico Dowdle on the ground. 12 carries for 43 yards. So that's been a threat for the Eagles defense. Kevondre Turpin as well, not doing so great there. 2 carries for 18 yards. When they've handed it off to him, he's been able to generate some positive yardage. But Ezekiel Elliott, the other running back that has cycled into this game, does not have positive yards. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you over the course of this game. All right, so, and then in the receiving game, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Brooks, the top receivers right now. Brandon Cooks, 4 for 8, 4 catches on 8 targets for 52 yards. Realistically, the top receiver has been, for the Cowboys, the top receiver has been whoever has been covered by Quinyon Mitchell. That's a concern. Because Quinyon Mitchell is getting beat on a lot of his coverage. Quinyon Mitchell has 4 combined tackles with 1 pass defense, which shows you a little bit of how much he's been targeted. Cooper DeJean, 3 tackles, 2 assists. Oren Burks, 1 tackle, 4 assists. Oren Burks was actually on the sidelines for a little bit in this game. He was subbed in for Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who has 1 combined tackle. But yeah, it's been interesting to see, especially for the Eagles, or watching the Eagles, and one of the Eagles beat writers pointed this out as well. It is very interesting to see that Cooper Rush is targeting Quinyon Mitchell quite a bit, in terms of which receivers are where. But yeah, like these drives here, right? So the interception, the fumble, and the interception for the Cowboys right now are the difference maker. And then the Eagles were able to force a couple of punts in the middle as well, which, again, mad props to the Eagles defense for being able to do that. Definitely, this was scary in the beginning. 2 3-and-outs to start the first quarter. Definitely a little scary there. But touchdown, field goal, touchdown to end the first half, and the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. So hopefully the Eagles' woes do not persist in terms of if you're a prime number. Um, if you're a prime number, the Eagles will not perform well because they can't keep that type of performance going. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Love to hear from you. I'm just going to do a quick survey of Eagles Twitter right now. But I will say this, and this is something actually I'm going to credit the Eagles Twitter account for. Um, uh, the fact that Kenny Pickett finally was able to get in there. He scored a touchdown for his childhood team. Again, Kenny Pickett, remember, he is from South Jersey. So he grew up, and he talked about this. He grew up going to Eagles games. So yeah, we are coming back now from the commercial. It is going to be, again, the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. So the Eagles have a chance to score points going into halftime and coming out of halftime. Brandon Aubrey is going to soar this one, and that's going to get fielded. Gets brought out to the 20, 25, 30. Gets up to about the 34-yard line. Is Kenny Gainwell on that return? So that is where the Eagles will pick up. So some good field position for the Eagles. That ball looked like it was going to go out of bounds. That ball looked like it was going to go out of bounds off to the far side. So that would not have been great for the Cowboys there. Would have been really good for the Eagles. All right, so we're at 14:54 left in the third quarter here for the Eagles' opening drive of the second half. And now we have Kenny Pickett in the gun. We've got Saquon Barkley to his right. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to roll out to the near side, and he's going to take off and gets up to about the 38, 39-yard line. They will credit him to the 38, so it is 2nd and 5 before that's where Barkley stepped out of bounds. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 5. 14:35 left in the third quarter. Again, if you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out. Also, feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Kenny Pickett in the gun. Barkley to his left. Pickett takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. Pickett's going to throw across the middle, and that is nearly picked off. Very nearly picked off. Deron Bland was there on that, and now we have a flag down. Kenny Pickett is down in the backfield. We do have a flag here. Kenny Pickett looks to be shaken up. They're going to get roughing the passer for the Cowboys, so that will hand the Eagles a first down. They're going to get Osa Odigizua on the roughing the passer there. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Cowboys' 47-yard line. So costly penalty for the Cowboys there. After Deron Bland almost had an interception there, it was an incomplete pass. But that puts the Eagles into Cowboys territory on the first drive. Cowboys have had 5 penalties so far this game. Eagles have 2. Pickett under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to roll out to the outside, gets up to about the 40-yard line, to about the 39 is where they're going. They're going to mark him down at the 40. So it's going to be 2nd and 3 from the Cowboys' 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. $13:44 left in the third quarter of this game. Pickett in the gun. It's a pistol formation. Devontae Smith is wide out to the near side. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get the first down, gets up to about the 36-yard line. So that is going to be a first down for the Eagles. It's a 4-yard pickup brought down by Hooker. But again, 1st and 10. And the clock keeps moving, so 13, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13 left in the third quarter. So we have Pickett in the gun, Barkley to his left. Play clock is winding down. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to churn and gets up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Barkley churning some of that turf there. Barkley's now at 63 rushing yards on 17 carries. Pistol formation now for the Eagles. A.J. Brown is wide out to the far side. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to run, and he gets pushed forward for the first down. And that is going to, that's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cowboys' 25-yard line. So it is a 4-yard pickup brought down by Osa Odigizua. So it is 1st and 10. We're inside of 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Pickett's going to line up under center. We've got Barkley deep in the backfield. Devontae Smith wide out to the near side. Calcaterra in motion to the far side. Pickett takes a snap, dumps off to Barkley. Barkley's not going to get a whole lot there. Picks up about 3. They're actually going to credit him only for 2. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 from the Cowboys' 23-yard line. Kenny Gainwell's coming in, as is Johnny Wilson. Pickett in the gun. Gainwell to his right. Johnny Wilson wide out to the near side. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell's going to get inside the 20 down to about the 19, 18-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. They are going to spot it at the 19. So it is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. We're inside of 11 minutes left to play in the third quarter. The Eagles have a big 3rd down right here. Saquon Barkley getting a little bit of a breather. Pickett in the gun. Gainwell to his right. Pickett takes a snap. Quick throw. Caught Devontae Smith inside the 10-yard line for a first down and goal at the Cowboys' 9. Brought down by Booth there at the end. That was Devontae Smith. Good little pass read there. Cross route. So pistol formation now for the Eagles. Pickett takes a snap, hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell escapes a tackle, gets to the near side, picks up 2, gets up to the 7-yard line. 10 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Thereabouts. This drive's already gone 9 plays for 60 yards, 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Pickett is in the gun. Barkley to his left. Pickett takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to get to the line of scrimmage and no further. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal for the Eagles from the Cowboys' 7-yard line. E.J. Kendricks, I believe, took him down. Eric Kendricks, I apologize. So now we have Pickett in the gun. We've got Barkley to his left. Or to his right, I apologize. Now Pickett's making some changes at the line. 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Johnny Wilson wide out to the far side. Pickett takes the snap. Back. Looking. He's got some time. He's going to roll to his right. Running out of time. Throws. Caught A.J. Brown. Touchdown in the back of the end zone. A.J. Brown. We do have a flag down here, so we're going to check on that flag. But A.J. Brown makes an incredible touchdown catch. And it's going to get called back due to illegal use of hands to the face. And Kenny Pickett is now on the sideline. So they get Landon Dickerson for illegal use of hands to the face here. They're saying it's holding, but so that's going to cost the Eagles 10 yards. It is 3rd and goal, and we have Tanner McKee in. McKee takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley going to get back inside the 10, but is not going to get anywhere, and that's going to cost the Eagles. That's going to lead to a field goal here. Kenny Pickett, hopefully it was a case of the wind just getting knocked out of him. He's on the sidelines now. He still has his helmet on. He still has his helmet on, which is good. Obviously, it's a concern here if the Eagles lose a second quarterback to an injury. The Eagles on to try a field goal here. Jake Elliott, snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 8:03 left to play in the 3rd quarter of this game, the Eagles go up by 20 points. It is 27-7. But obviously some concerns with Kenny Pickett right now. We'll see how things fare with that drive. Kenny Pickett took a shot as that ball got released. Shot to the ribs, which he had some injury problems with earlier in the season. He said he was good to go going into this game. The Eagles fan in me doesn't like the no call for pass interference there, but I kind of understand it because it was pretty bang that hit. Micah Parsons delivered the QB hit. Kenny Pickett is heading inside, so big ovation for him. He's heading into the tunnel. Um, all right, so Eagles on to kick this away. We're back from the commercial break. Um, yeah, I don't mind the no call for PI there. The replay always slows it down. If you and there was no contact to the head neck area. It was body shot to body shot. So unfortunately, it is a legal play. Rush under center, takes a snap, dumps it off to Dowdle, and Dowdle is going to pick up about 3 there. We're inside of 8 minutes left to play in the third quarter of this game. Again, Kenny Pickett went off to the locker room during the commercial break, so that's not good. All right, so Rush in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to be a loss of yards there. So Dowdle goes nowhere on that. Kenny Pickett is officially questionable to return. The Eagles are calling it a rib injury. So it is 3rd and 10 now for the Cowboys after the loss of 3 there. Nolan Smith brought down Rico Dowdle on that. So Rush is in the gun. We have an empty backfield. Rush takes a snap. He's back. He's looking. Throws to Kevondre Turpin. And it's in and out of his hands. Incomplete. He was going to get wrapped up anyway. And once he crossed the line of scrimmage, it is 4th down. So Eagles defense forces a quick 3 and out for the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys are on to punt this away. Brian Anger. It's always good to see more of Brian Anger than Brandon Aubrey, because Brandon Aubrey can nail one from about 60 some odd yards reliably, and B, when you see Brian Anger on, that means that the Cowboys are punting, and that is exactly what's happening. That's going to get fielded at the 21, and it's going to get brought up about 10, 15 yards. It's going to be a 14-yard return by Cooper DeJean up to the 35. So 6:34 left to play in the third quarter of this game, and we have Tanner McKee coming in for the Eagles to keep this Eagles game moving along. Again, it is a rib injury for Kenny Pickett, so if you're just joining us. Quick check of scores around the league here. It is 33-14 over in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is on top of the Carolina Panthers. The Buffalo Bills are leading the New York Jets 19-0. Both of those two games are in the third quarter. Jacksonville is leading the Tennessee Titans. The Jacksonville Jaguars have 13. Titans have 10. That game is at the start of the fourth quarter. The Las Vegas Raiders are on top of the New Orleans Saints, 16-10. That game's in the third quarter, less than 7 minutes to go in that game. In the third quarter in that game. And then the New York Giants are leading the Indianapolis Colts, 28-20. That game is in the third quarter as well, with about 4.5 left to go in the third quarter there. Again, that New York Giants game, it would be if the Giants win and a bunch of other teams win, that could cause if the Giants win this game, they could fall down to the number 5 pick in the draft, which would be disastrous for them. At one time, they held the number 1 pick overall. Just quickly looking at the standings here. Right now, that number 1 overall pick is held by the New England Patriots. It's actually held right now by the New York Giants, but that could change. Very likely will change. All right, we are back from the commercial break. Tanner McKee is the quarterback again. Kenny Pickett in the locker room due to injury. Saquon Barkley to his left. Devontae Smith goes in motion. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley going to pick up a good chunk there. Almost gets to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. They might give it to him. No, they will not. They'll say he's a couple of inches short, about a yard short. So it is going to be 2nd and 1 from the Eagles' 44-yard line. That was a 9-yard pickup there by Saquon Barkley. So now we have McKee lining up under center, Barkley deep in the backfield. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to get the first down, and a whole lot more. Goes to the near side, gets into Cowboys territory, down to the 40, to the 35, 33-yard line goes Saquon Barkley. And it is a 1st and 10 at the Cowboys' 33-yard line. Inside of 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter of this game. And Saquon Barkley just maneuvering down the field. That is one thing. Like, if you have a really solid running back, it doesn't matter who you slot in at QB. McKee is under center. Barkley in the backfield. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to roll out to the far side, and he's going to lose a yard there. That was just a bad decision there. If I were him, seeing all the coverage going that way, probably would have tried to make a move to the right. But regardless, it is 2nd and 11 from the Cowboys' 34. McKee's in the gun. Barkley's to his left. McKee's going to make a couple of changes at the line here. Tanner McKee is the Eagles' 3rd-string quarterback. He's going to move Barkley to his right. McKee takes a snap, does a quick throw over to Devontae Smith. Smith is going to get up to about the 25-yard line of the Cowboys. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles. Yeah, so the Eagles have burned through quarterbacks in these last couple of weeks. Jalen Hurts out of this game due to a concussion. McKee's going to take the snap, hand it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up 3. The Eagles only needed 2 there, so that's good. It is a 1st down for the Eagles. Inside of 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Yeah, so Jalen Hurts was not in this game due to a concussion. He's still in concussion protocol. We'll probably see him eligible to come back next week. Kenny Pickett in the locker room due to a rib injury. So Tanner McKee, the 3rd-string quarterback. And McKee is going to be in the gun. You have Barkley to his right. A.J. Brown is wide out to the far side. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up 2 there. Gets up 2nd and 8 to the 20-yard line. And we have 3:15 left in the third quarter. So it is 2nd and 8. Barkley has crossed the 100-yard mark this game in terms of the run game. 26 carries, 115 yards. McKee is in the gun. He's making a couple of changes now. He's lining Barkley up to his left. We have Devontae Smith wide out to the near side. Takes McKee takes the snap, does a bomb to A.J. Brown, and is that a catch? No, they're saying he's out of bounds. That would have been incredible as a one-handed grab. A.J. Brown almost comes down with it. They're showing the replay right now here. One. Yeah, he's out of bounds. That official had a really good angle and does correctly call that. It is going to be 3rd and 8 for the Eagles from the 20. McKee was hit as he threw. Deron Bland was there on the coverage. Could not keep that right foot in bounds, was what it was. 3rd and 8. McKee's in the gun. Back to his right. McKee takes the snap, and now we have a stoppage here. We do have a flag on the play. So it's probably going to go against the Eagles here. It's probably going to be a false start. Nah, it's a neutral zone infraction against the Cowboys, so that's going to make it a 3rd and short. They get Micah Parsons for a neutral zone infraction. Yeah, Micah Parsons definitely jumped. So 3rd and 3 now. Play clock is at 15. Clock is stopped at 2:48. Eagles are 5 for 11 on 3rd downs. And the Eagles will take their first time out of the half. So the Eagles now have 2 remaining. Again, it is 3rd, and so a little bit of a disappointment there for the a little bit of a disappointing clock management there. Would have no real need to take a timeout on that. Should have your act together. McKee in the gun, Gainwell to his left. McKee takes the snap, and now we have another stoppage. This is going to be a false start. Yeah, they get Grant Calcaterra for a false start, so that's going to march the Eagles back 5 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 8. So now we've got Tanner McKee in the gun. We have an empty backfield. A little bit of a bunch formation to the near side. Now Grant Calcaterra lines up to McKee's right. McKee takes a snap. He's throwing a bomb for A.J. Brown. This one is a touchdown. And it is Tanner McKee's first touchdown, I believe, of his career. And the Eagles go up. Now 33-7. So a big 20-yard touchdown pass. Tanner McKee to A.J. Brown. And Jake Elliott's on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 2:44 left to play in the 3rd quarter of this game, the Eagles have a commanding lead over the Dallas Cowboys. It is 34-7. And the Eagles have gotten it done with 2 quarterbacks. That was an 8-play, 65-yard drive. Took 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So yeah, it's been a heck of a game. Saquon Barkley, just as a note here, is vying for that single season rushing record. Jake Elliott is on to kick this away, and that's going to sail out of the back of the end zone. Yeah, it's going to get fielded there for a touchback, Kamandre Turpin. So the Cowboys will take over. A.J. Brown launched that football into the stands and probably immediately regrets that, because that was Tanner McKee's first touchdown pass football of the year, or of his career. So Big Dom coming over to to take that back. I formation now for the Cowboys. Ball's on their own 30. Cooper Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Rico Dowdle, who is going to get a good chunk there. Does pick up a first down. That's been the longest run that the Cowboys have had for a little bit there. It was about a 16-yard pickup, gets up to the 46-yard line. Quinyon Mitchell. Yep, Big Dom able to successfully recover Tanner McKee's first career touchdown football after A.J. Brown launches it into the stands. So, 1st and 10 now. Rush under center. Dowdle deep in the backfield. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to get up to midfield, gets into Eagles territory up to the 49-yard line. So, it is going to be 2nd and 5 now for the Cowboys from the Eagles 49. Inside of 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles, or for the Cowboys. Kenny Pickett's night is done, or day is done, so to speak. He is in a sweatshirt. He is probably out for the rest of the game here. I formation for the Cowboys. Rush under center. Takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped by Zach Bond. Rush was looking, did a quick throw over to Flournoy, but Zach Bond was there. Quick tip, incomplete. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Cowboys from the Eagles' 49-yard line. Again, Cowboys are down by 4 scores right now. Rush in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes the snap. He hands it off, and that's going to be a first down. That's going to be a first down and a bunch more. It's going to get up to the Eagles' 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup. It is 1st and 10. So, Cowboys lining up. We're inside of a minute left in the third quarter here. It's kind of I formation. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Zeke Elliott, who is going to pick up about 5 or 6 there. Cameras cut to Howie Roseman, the GM who put this Eagles team together. And Don Smolensky, Eagles president. 15 seconds left in the third quarter of this game. Cowboys at the Eagles' 35-yard line. 2nd and 5. Rush in the gun, back to his right. Takes a snap, fakes a throw, and then it's going to be thrown and caught by Tolbert, and that is going to be a big first down for the Cowboys. Gets up to about the 15-yard line. They're going to credit him up to the 16, so it is 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So we've got just 15 minutes of football left to play in this game. The Eagles are on top, 34-7. Quick check of scores around the league while we are stopped here. So the Buffalo Bills are shutting out the New York Jets right now. It is 26-0 over there in Buffalo. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on top of the Tennessee Titans, 20-10. The Buffalo Bills are still in the third quarter. They're about 75 seconds away from the fourth quarter. Jacksonville versus Tennessee is mercifully in the fourth quarter of that game. It's 4:52 left in that game there. The Las Vegas Raiders are on top of the New Orleans Saints, 16-10. 15 minutes left in that game there. The Carolina Panthers are losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 41-14. 3:33 left in the third quarter in that game. And then the New York Giants are on top of the Indianapolis Colts, 28-20. Again, there are 13 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter of that game. So those are the games that are occurring right now. The game of mild importance, just for like draft watch for the Eagles, is the New York Giants game, because again, the Giants could fall to the number 5 overall pick. So that would be rough if they did that. That would be rough for them. It would be good for the Eagles, obviously, but rough for them. The Eagles, the games of interest for the Eagles for the playoffs don't happen until the later games. The games of interest for the Eagles, the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Eagles need to be big Green Bay Packers fans. The Packers need to defeat the Minnesota Vikings for the Eagles to have any kind of a prayer at the number one overall seed for the playoffs. Additionally, the Monday Night Football game this week, the Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers. It might be controversial, but the Eagles need to be big 49ers fans in that game, because the Eagles need the 49ers to win for the Eagles to have any kind of a prayer. We are at the start of the fourth quarter. Rush under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle's going to pick up about 4 there. Gets up to the 16-yard line. Gets up to the 11-yard line. I apologize. Now C.J. Gardner-Johnson down on the ground. So that's not good. Hopefully he's okay. C.J. Gardner-Johnson responsible for both of the Eagles' takeaways by interception. Also, Jalix Hunt is down too, so that's not good either. Kenny Pickett, we saw him on the sideline, back on the sideline. He does not have his helmet on. He does have his jersey and his pads on. So something to be mindful of there. But yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson injured during the play here. And Jalix Hunt injured during the play. So both of those guys really important folks. Yeah, so we're in an injury timeout. Nobody's missing anything. Yeah, they're showing the replay of C.J. Gardner-Johnson's injury. All right, so it's 2nd and 6. Rush in the gun, takes a snap, throwing a bomb for Turpin, and it was going to go out of bounds anyway. That was uncatchable. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Cowboys. How great would it be for an interception right here? 14:37 left to play in this game. Rush is in the gun. We've got a back to his left. Rush takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to go. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. The officials are coming in to sort it out. This might be Eagles ball. It is Eagles football. It is Eagles football. Cooper DeJean recovers a fumble. Yep, that is Nolan Smith knocking the football loose. Cooper DeJean falling on top of it. And the Philadelphia Eagles get another turnover in this game. We do have a flag down here too, so we're going to check on the flag. The flag might be against the Cowboys. They're going to ding. There was some shoving of Jalen Carter following the fumble recovery. Yeah, they're going to get. They're getting Tyler Smith of the Cowboys for unnecessary roughness. So that does not negate the fumble. Eagles ball, 14:20 left in this game. That was 73, Tyler Smith. We're still giving Mike Trout footballs. Ed Kras of Sports Illustrated points out that the Eagles have forced 8 turnovers against the Dallas Cowboys and have so far outscored them 68-13 over the course of 2 games this season. That's also 9 takeaways for the Eagles in the last 2 games. 14:25 left to play in this game here. We're back from commercial. Tanner McKee still in the game. Devontae Smith in motion to the far side. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to pick up a bunch there, gets up to the 31-yard line, so that's going to be about a 6-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4, so ball's on the 31-yard line. Cowboys wins just hit. We're still 14 minutes away from this game being over, but I mean, I'm going to say it's very likely that the Eagles are going to win this game, and Cowboys wins just hit differently. So ball's on the 31. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley's going to get up to the 42-yard line before being forced out of bounds. That's a big pickup there. That is a 11-yard pickup. It's an Eagles first down. Yeah, they're showing the replay of this right now. This was just a textbook run by Saquon there. Benefiting from good blocking all around here. It's going to be 1st and 10. We're inside of 13 minutes left to play in this game. Probably by the time the ball's snapped here. We're at about 13:04, 03, 02, 01, 13 minutes. McKee's under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to fall forward, picks up a couple there. It's up to the 45. It's 2nd and 7. My apologies. Kenny Pickett, probably his day's done, even though he's back on the sidelines in pads. Tanner McKee in the gun, back to his right. Devontae Smith wide out to the near side. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley is going to cut up the middle, and he's going to get into Cowboys territory and picks up the first down. Gets almost to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 46 for the Eagles. And we are inside of 12 minutes left to play in this game. Eagles fans holding signs up, go Saquon, go. Saquon Barkley has 144 rushing yards on the day on 30 carries. Pistol formation for the Eagles. McKee's in the gun, Barkley behind him. A.J. Brown wide out to the near side. McKee takes a snap, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley gonna go. He's got the first down and a bunch more. Gets up to the 25-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. Forced out of bounds finally at the 23. That's an Eagles first down and a 23-yard run by Saquon Barkley. So far his longest run of the day. And that does keep this clock moving. And you've got Jeff Stoutland, Eagles run game coordinator, on the side, just excited. Saquon Barkley has just crossed the 2,000 rushing yard mark, leading the NFL. And the Eagles are taking a timeout because of this. Because Saquon they're doing some celebrations here. So the Eagles taking a timeout. Saquon's going off to the sidelines. McKee under center. Kenny Gainwell's in. Takes the snap, and Gainwell's going to lose a couple there. Yeah, Saquon Barkley right now, 345 rushing attempts, 2,003 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns on the season. It's a big moment for him. We are at 10-11, 10-10. It's 2nd and 12, balls on the 25-yard line. McKee takes the snap, throws, caught. Devontae Smith, first down, 10-5, touchdown, Eagles. And the Eagles have dropped a 40 burger on the Dallas Cowboys right now. Jake Elliott on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. We have 10:03 left to play in this game. The Eagles are up by a whopping 41-7. This was, again, just a big moment for the big moment for Saquon Barkley today, crossing that 2,000-yard mark. He did exit the game right now. The Eagles have outscored the Cowboys 75-13. But yeah, just a big moment for this Eagles team. For Saquon, for the Eagles collectively. The Eagles are on the cusp of clinching the NFC East today. They will do that. So yeah, just a big moment for everybody. A big moment for the Eagles. For Saquon today, crossing that 2,000 rushing yard mark. 31 carries for 167 yards is Saquon Barkley's day. The Eagles cap a 7-play, 75-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 22 seconds with a touchdown between Tanner McKee and Devontae Smith. That was Devontae's second touchdown of the day. Devontae Smith has 6 catches on 7 targets for 120 yards. So he's by far and away the favorite receiver of the Eagles today. And then A.J. Brown, 3 catches on 5 targets for 36 yards and a touchdown of his own. The 20-yard touchdown. So it's officially 2,005 yards. Jake Elliott's going to kick that one. That one's landing in the landing zone, so that has to be returned, and Turpin is going to get a big return. There is a flag down. Turpin's going to go run out of bounds. But that gets deep into to Eagles territory there on that return. So that was not a good look for the Eagles special teams there, but we'll see what this flag is. 9:53 left in the game. I think it's safe to say this game is pretty much over. Eagles are up by 5 scores. They also it's going to be, this is going against Dallas. This is going against Israel Mukwamu for a it is offensive holding, so that's going to again go against the Cowboys. So it is 1st and 10, way back on the 13-yard line. Rush in the gun, back, takes a snap, and that's going to be caught. Gets up to the Cowboys' 15-yard line, and that is going to bring up a 2nd and 3 situation. I'm sorry, it's back at up to the 20. My apologies. 2nd and 3. It's a 7-yard pickup there. .925 left in this game. Rush under center, back deep in the backfield. Rush making a change at the line. Rush takes the snap, hands it off, and Dowdle is going to pick up a 1st down. Dowdle picks up a 1st down by about a yard. 9 minutes left in the game. So it is 1st and 10. They get up to the 23-yard line. So First and 10. Rush under center. Dowdle deep in the backfield. Rush takes the snap, hands it off, and Dowdle is going to pick up about 3 there. Gets up to the 26-yard line of the Cowboys. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7. 8:20 left to play in this game. Cowboys probably going to fall to 7 and 9 on the day here. Rush in the gun, takes a snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle's going to pick up the 1st down and a bunch more. Gets up to about the 43-yard line before he's stripped up. And it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. It's a 17-yard run, tripped up by Sidney Brown. So it is 1st and 10. We're at about 7:37, 36, 35, 34 left in this game. Cooper Rush in the gun, back to his right. Rush takes a snap, fakes to the back, and throws, and it's almost picked off again there. Rush telegraphed that one. He was looking for Ferguson, but that was a shot across the field and almost picked off. 2 Eagles receivers had a chance at it. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is questionable to return. Jalix Hunt has been back in, by the way. Rush in the gun. Dowdle to his left. Rush takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. Pressure's coming. Rush throws, and it is caught, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down marker. That was Flournoy. Gets up to the Cowboys' 46-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup brought down by Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Brings up 3rd and 7 for the Cowboys. So it is a 3rd and long situation. Inside of 7 minutes left in this game. Eagles dominating the Dallas Cowboys. Didn't look that way in the 1st quarter. Rush in the gun, takes the snap, back looking, throws, caught by Turpin. That's going to be a 1st down. Gets inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 38. It is going to be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They are in Eagles territory. So the Eagles, I think we can safely say at this point, they have clinched the NFC East. They will finish today with a 13-3 record. It is going to be very difficult for them to get the number 1 seed. They need help from the Packers and the 49ers. The Packers we faced earlier in the year. The 49ers, we have not. Rush takes the snap, hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle's going to pick up about 2 yards there. We are inside of 6 minutes left to play in this game. Cowboys have all 3 of their timeouts, but again, this game's over for them. This game is just outright over. 5.5 minutes left to play in this game. Rush is in the gun. Dowdle to his right. Rush takes a snap. He's going to throw. That's going to be caught short of the first down marker by Mingo. And actually, they're going to say that was incomplete, that hit the ground. So, 3rd and 8. Clock stopped at 5:24. This is a 9-play, 51-yard drive. It's taken 4 minutes and 34 seconds off of the clock. This is garbage time. This drive really doesn't mean a whole lot here. Rush is in the gun, back to his left. Rush takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's back, and he's going to slide down, and that is the first sack of the day for the Eagles defense. They're showing right now there has not been a repeat NFC East winner in 19 seasons. It is the longest streak of any division in NFL history. So something like, and that's like even pre-expansion teams and what have you. So Cowboys, it's 4th and 15. Brandon Aubrey's going to try a 61-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up. And this is going to doink off the right upright and no good. So the Eagles are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at the Cowboys' 49-yard line. So a rare miss by Brandon Aubrey. No, yeah, that had the distance. That would have been good from about 65 yards, probably even longer than that, but it doinked off the right upright. So Cowboys can't even field goal properly. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. gets credited with the sack. Again, that's the only sack of the day for the Eagles defense. Tanner McKee's still in this game. Back to his left. Saquon Barkley's day is done. Takes the snap, hands it off, and it's going to pick up about 2 there. That would be Tyrion Davis-Price on the run. So, again, the Cowboys losing this game, indubitably here. Tyrion Davis-Price. Will Shipley was out due to injury today, so just something to be aware of there. Pistol formation for the Eagles. Tanner McKee is in the gun. Davis-Price behind him. McKee takes a snap, hands it off, and Davis-Price is going to pick up a good chunk there. Gets up to about the 44-yard line of the Cowboys. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They're already talking about America's Game of the Week, which is the Packers versus the Vikings. Eagles fans are Packers fans today. Just a reminder, Eagles fans are Packers fans today. Three and a half minutes left to play in this game. McKee in the gun, back to his right, takes a snap, quick dump off, and that's going to go nowhere. It's going to get up to the 41-yard line. It's a pickup about 2. Yeah, it's a 2-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 4th and 2. See what the Eagles decide to do here. We are inside of the 3-minute mark. They're going to send the field goal unit. No, they're going to send the punt unit out. I apologize. Braden Mann on to punt this away. I don't know. I would have tried a field goal. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Mann gives it the boot. And that's going to bounce in the back of the end zone for a touchback. So it's a booming punt. It's a 41-yard punt into the end zone. So Cowboys will take over at their own 20. 2:24 left. Again, this game's pretty much over. And we have a flag. Looks like there was another scuffle going on in the following the punt. Looks like there was another scuffle going on. So officials trying to keep it from re-escalating. And one of the officials got knocked over. So hence why the flags are being sorted out right now. Yeah, Sidney Brown probably going to get dinged for this. We're waiting on what this flag is. The officials are going to talk. The officials are talking about it. Big scuffle. Players were being blocked into officials. It was a whole thing. Everybody's getting their bearings as the officials talk about this game, about this, and what the flag is. Fouls by both teams. So a couple of ejections coming. Sidney Brown getting thrown out, and one of the Cowboys players getting thrown out. Yeah, Pride is getting thrown out, so that would be Troy Pride and Sidney Brown both getting tossed after that scuffle. Again, it's garbage time, so... The yardage penalty is offset. So the disqualifications stick around, but the yardage penalty is offset. So ball's on the 20. Cooper Rush under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Zeke. Back looking throws. That is going to be caught, and that's going to be a yard pickup by Lipke. So that's going to bring up second down. That should send us to the 2-minute warning. No reason for the Cowboys to use any of their 3 timeouts. This game's over. All right. They also called just an update here because we're at the 2-minute warning right now. So there were 2 Cowboys players that got tossed. So Troy Pride, the cornerback, as well as Jalen Brooks also got tossed from the game. Yeah, usually once officials start getting hit in a scuffle, there's ejections that get involved. We don't know exactly what those ejections were, or what exactly it was, and honestly, I would say that the officials got blocked into more so, but once officials are, like, you can't touch them. So, once officials start getting hit, you're going to get ejections. And also there was a whole big scuffle anyway. Sidney Brown got cheered on his way to the locker room. The Eagles are 1-0 with Devin Caney on the sideline. Devin Caney is a reporter for WIP. Yeah, this game's pretty much over here, folks. Rush under center takes the snap. He hands it off to Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott's going to pick up a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8 from the 22. Again, Saquon Barkley finishes the day, 31 carries, 167 yards. His longest was a 23-yard run. He is 101 yards away from breaking the most rushing yards in a season in NFL history. So hopefully we see that happen next week when the Eagles play the Giants. Rush, in the gun, empty backfield, takes the snap. He's back. He's looking. He's got some time. He's going to roll out to his right. Bryce Huff is making him run out of time, and he almost gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be just a touch short, maybe about a yard shy, maybe about a half a yard shy. It is going to bring up 4th down, though. Clock is stopped at 1:09, so 69 seconds left to play in this game. Yeah, it's gonna be 4th and 8 from the Cowboys 22. So statistically, it was no gain, but it does still go down as a sack. And it's Trey Lance, by the way. So Lance wrapped it up, and that's gonna get punted, and Cooper DeJean's gonna field it, and fair catch at the 15. So that's where the Eagles will take over. 61 seconds left until the Philadelphia Eagles are officially NFC East champions. So 61 seconds here, and Tanner McKee's going to take a knee. Victory formation. Took a lot of people to get here. Took a lot of people to get here today. Thought we were going to do it last week. This will be the third time that the Eagles have clinched the division against the Dallas Cowboys. Most recently done in 2013. And Nick Sirianni will have 47 wins in his first 4 seasons as an NFL head coach. That is the most in NFL history. And the Eagles take their final knee. And the Eagles go out to shake the hand. Nick Sirianni, Mike McCarthy. Saquon Barkley going out to shake hands. 3, 2, 1. The Eagles are NFC East champions. With a final score of 41-7, defeating the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles will host a playoff game this year. The question becomes, which game will they host? The Eagles can finish no worse at this point than the number 2 seed. They could be the number 1 seed depending on how some of these late games break. Again, Eagles fans in these late games need to be rooting for the Green Bay Packers. And then for Monday Night Football, they need to be rooting for the San Francisco 49ers. The Eagles need both of those teams to lose. The Eagles need the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions to lose. So the Eagles need the Packers to win. They need the 49ers to win to have any prayer at the number 1 seed. But for now, Eagles fans can rejoice because for the second time in 3 seasons, the Philadelphia Eagles are NFC East champions. They will host a playoff game, at least one in the playoffs. And it's going to be a good feeling. We felt that we were going to have this last year, certainly. Definitely feels like we should have had it last year. But the Eagles are officially NFC East champions this year. And it feels good. And it came against our division rival. For the 3rd time in league history, the Eagles clinched the division against the Dallas Cowboys. So, always a good feeling. Well, folks, I appreciate you all tuning in. If you're new here, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And then definitely drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to do a post-game episode for this, so I'm going to try to get that out tonight. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. The Eagles are NFC East champs. Don't get tired of saying that. Don't ever get tired of saying that. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Joe Donahue. And as always, let's go Eagles. Your NFC East champions.